You can suck at it like I am and yet enjoy it, ripe all the benefits from it.
Today is gonna be about soccer. This is better.
Enjoy soccer. Okay, coffee time.
Alright, so first thing in the morning, gotta go to do some workout.
With soccer, you can do it at home, but you can also go to places and have some fun. Hey guys, anything about soccer that you know?
Like American soccer? I mean like MLS or like...
Yeah, sure, about anything.
I mean, I know a little bit. I've been to a few Galaxy games over the years.
I know the ball goes back and forth. That's about the only thing. I know there's flags involved.
There's a goalie.
And there's penalties involved.
11 players on the field.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. Well, you know, the women's soccer team in the US is pretty amazing, right? So, but I was just curious, where you stand with it?
You know, I will say one thing about soccer is it's probably one of the sports that requires the most endurance because it's constant back and forth.
Most of us didn't grow up watching soccer like
What about playing?
baseball and... No, it wasn't as big.
You played it for 4 years?
Yeah, I was actually pretty good.
But as a kid, it wasn't as prevalent. I don't think as
absolutely not.
baseball.
It's interesting because now, up to age of 14, that's the most played sport in the US.
But girls are just, taking over with the soccer.
Thank you very much, Mia.
Take care.
Take care, guys.
Stay
Bye-bye. Ciao. All right, so this is a good way to check into the culture, what the cops think about soccer.
I'm going to try to break my record of 19 juggles. Now, my sons can do hundreds of juggles, and they can do it almost as long as they want to. I'm not like that. So my record is 19. I'm going to try to break it today. I'm not quite sure if I will succeed, but I will give it a good try. Juggle try. Oh, see, my brain is waking up. Breaking my own record first thing in the morning.
So this reminds me of my youth. This is how I used to play soccer, kicking the ball against a wall, because that's the easiest way. You don't need anyone else around. You just need a wall and you and a ball. It wakes your brain up. It is something that requires a lot of coordination, a lot of adjustments, which is very hard for your brain. So if we would put electrodes around your brain and see how much it needs to work while you're playing soccer, just simply against the wall, you would see that your brain would be on fire. It needs to keep adjusting yourself, keep watching, and keep reacting. That's really hard for the brain. So the brain does stay alive when you just do that.
As you can see, even just the simplest things like this requires you to sprint right to left, kick hard, lift your leg up, flexibility, movement power, explosiveness. And I did this for like a couple of minutes now, and my breathing is heavier. So it does require stamina, cardiovascular application of your system. It's such a unique exercise, and all you need is a ball and a wall and your body. So until I was 7, I didn't really have a ball. I never really seen a ball. My father was not a big soccer fan. And then eventually when I was 7, we moved to a bigger city. This bigger city, the first time when I went downstairs, there was a kid playing soccer, and he asked me if I want to play with him. And I was like, sure. And then right in that moment, I fell in love with soccer. I loved it, but I always sucked at it. But what I'm mostly interested in, how soccer is relevant to our world, to our everydays. Everyone watches it, everyone is playing it when we are kids. Gotta be something deep inside of us that make us wanna do this. That there is something rolling and we need to chase it. When you bring it into your everydays, suddenly cardio you don't really need. You play soccer for 30 minutes, I mean that will do it. So instead of going to the gym and do cardio, which is boring because you keep doing over and over and over and the same thing, just buy a soccer ball, play around against the wall. It will also work on your brain. You don't need to be good at it, but you can have fun with it.
This shoe was a gift from my friend Mark Hornschuh. Mark Hornschuh is a dear friend of mine from Germany. He's a pro soccer player. He had an amazing career. At one point he was considered one of the best defensive players in Germany. Indeed, he was on the youth German national team. He played for Borussia Dortmund. He played for St. Pauli, some really wonderful teams. And this was his shoe. He gave it to me once he was done with it. I have no problem using second-hand shoes. I thought it'd be interesting to hear about soccer from a pro.
I started when I was 4 years old.
What is your everyday like?
Depending on the day of the week, you have one-time training or 2 sessions. First session is mobility, strengthening, conditioning. Then after the first training, you have good lunch and that for sure. Yes, I think it's part of the job. Yeah, the second training is team training where you play soccer, maybe small matches or big match or even shooting.
So the Tarahumara Indians, they made balls, and what they used to do and they still do in the remote parts of Mexico is that they kick these balls away and they run after them. So what I'm intending to do now, kicking, running, kicking. It's a good way to bring variety into your long distance activities. It makes a difference. You don't get on that rhythm of overusing the same exact pattern, but you need to keep taking turns, bend down, so you don't ever overuse one aspect of your body, which really pays off in the long haul. Today was a potentially difficult day for me. There was a lot of different business meetings and a lot of frustrating situations potentially. But this task of trying to play soccer all day really changed it. I'm really out of my head. I'm relaxed. I feel like I've done something really good for my body. I'm sure I'm going to have a good night's sleep. It really saved the day for me, the soccer today. It's not an accident that human beings are doing a soccer-like activity for thousands of years. It's not an accident. Maybe you want to try it, to see what's in it for the world. Why are we so attracted to this idea of kicking something away and running after it? Maybe there is something primordial in us that is awakened when we practice the chase, the chasing after the ball. It is a representation of our primordial need. Just like a cat, the cat will run after it and will pounce on it. Maybe human beings have something like that built inside of them as well. Maybe this is the reason of the fascination.
What does soccer mean to you today? Marco, please tell me, what do you think? What is soccer for you?
A few days ago I was going to a field where I train a lot during these days. There were already like 10 guys playing, everybody from different countries, different languages. They just saw me arriving, pointed at me, asked me if I want to play. Honestly, I just wanted to juggle a little bit, stretch, do easy stuff, but I couldn't say no. So yeah, I played with them, and after the 10 minutes or so, they were like my friends. We played for 2 hours, had fun together without even speaking. Yeah, our language was soccer, and I just love that.
What can the internet help us with? The top 10 physical benefits of playing soccer. Here we go. It's a healthy way to reduce blood pressure, lowers body fat and improves muscle tone, increases bone strength, which is important. And when is that the most important? When people age. That is the time to play soccer. Engages and improves coordination. That is always handy. Increases reflex and agility. Indeed, in very edgy situations, your reflex can be a lifesaver. Release stress. Conclusion. Soccer is loaded physical as well as mental and life-changing benefits. Right on. I can take all the benefits from soccer just because I practice it on my own terms.
Just buy a ball or use a ball that you have in your household, your kids or whoever. Mess around with that. It will revitalize you.
Yippee!
Why don't you test it for yourself? See how it works for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, share, and like our video.